Hey, win on me, win on three. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Win!
Oh, yeah.
Stop playing with a P! 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 Stop playing with a P!
Call it the gridiron.
Nice route, way to skim it.
Others, 100 yards of pay.
Too much.
We just like to call it football.
Football.
With Facebook James.
Football, baby.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Facebook James here with This Week in Pali Football. Yes, I know it's been a while, but we're just so happy to come back. And, man, we have some good news. We finally, we finally got a coach, man. I think that deserves a round of applause. Man, it's been a long time. So, yes, we had a wonderful season. The boys last season went 11-1, losing to San Pedro in the semifinal game. And then we just had a kind of, don't want to call it a dead period, but yeah, a period of inactivity, if you will. So finally, kind of centered around us not having a head coach, but we do have a head coach, and I'm so pleased tonight to bring him on to introduce to some of you. And to, most of us already know this particular gentleman. So we're just going to hop right in. Tonight we're going to talk to the new varsity head coach, Chris Hyduke, and then we're also going to talk about the schedule. So let's go ahead and get into it, and just welcome my friend. I guess you could call him my friend. We call each other coaches, even though I'm not the coach. He's more of a coach than I am, but I'll take it. Let's just go ahead and welcome Chris Hyduke. What's going on, Coach?
Evening, James. Evening. Thank you.
Hey, how you feeling?
Feeling good, buddy. Feeling good.
Man, it's good to have you back on. It's been some time since we've been in the same area. I think the last time I saw you was in December at our football banquet. And, I heard, Lil Birdie told me that you're the new varsity head coach.
Yeah. Finally, like you were saying, that they got it all taken care of now, and we're gonna get to work.
They worked it out, huh?
They worked it out.
Man, yeah, no, it's great to have you back, man, and I'm sure the boys appreciate it. And so I just wanted to have you on tonight to kind of introduce to those parents who might not know you, and just to let the folks know, because last year you were the interim, and so we've removed that interim tag from your title now, and you're actually the varsity head coach. So again, welcome. So we got a couple of questions for you, but before we get into the questions, Coach, we have a wonderful schedule.
Yes.
Let's just kind of talk about that. That was released earlier this week. Let's just talk about that a little bit.
Sure.
All right, so I actually have you right there. All right, so, man, something stuck in my throat. Okay. Excuse me. All right, so here we go. We have our 22 football schedule, and it was just released a couple of days ago. And through the hard work of the coaching staff, Lisa Manheim, she sent me the information for us to create this calendar. And so here it is. We're just going to hop right into it. Our scrimmage, which is usually our kickoff, we're scrimmaging about with Birmingham, man. How do you feel about scrimmaging the city champs, Coach?
Oh, I think it's great. I think it's kind of a good way to look at where you're at, and play good people. It helps you get better. And I think that they're quality team. And we played them last year, and I thought we did well against them in terms of a scrimmage.
Yes.
They execute. They do good things. They're coached, well coached. So I'm very happy with it. I'm glad we're scrimmaging them.
Absolutely.
You don't get any faults, lose when you scrimmage somebody good.
Yeah, and what's kind of different this year, we've kind of swapped El Camino for Birmingham. And so, in past years, we've always scrimmaged El Camino, but now El Camino has been added to our home schedule. And so let's just kind of take a look at El Camino, and then we have a bye. Then we play the Brentwood School.
Yep.
We know them so well.
Yes, we do.
They're coming over to our home. And then we get into league play with Hamilton, Westchester, and Venice. And so, it's going to be a wonderful home schedule, 5 games at home. And, it's not too much you could say. Both El Camino and Birmingham are wonderful teams and have been formidable foes for the past couple of seasons in their different leagues.
Yes, definitely. They're going to be, I'm looking forward to playing El Camino. They're well coached. They have been in the past. I don't know about them right now, but we'll figure it out. And San Fernando will be very well coached. They got that coach in there late last year, and he's going to have some time to build. And that's a pretty good program out there. It used to be a great program, San Fernando. That's why Tim scheduled them in the beginning a while back, wanted them.
Yes.
But they went through some hard times, but now they're regrouping, and they'll be much better this year,
Good. And since you kind of hopped in some of the away games, so let's go ahead and look at. So first up in August 26th, or on August 26th, we have San Fernando High School. And then, of course, the Charter Bowl. We're traveling out to Granada Hills. And then we're playing Genevieve.
Yes.
And that's a new team that we haven't played before. Do you know how that game came to fruition?
Well, we were talking, and I was actually talking with Coach Hyde, and we thought we needed to get a little tougher preseason, and have some legitimate games actually that would measure what we're really about. And so we thought we would get them. They were 12-2 last year, if I'm not mistaken, and they're very good competition. It's going to be a tough game for us, but kind of a game we need. We need to have those type of games in our schedule. So we're looking forward to that game. That'll be a good game for us.
Absolutely, and it's going to be an away game for us, being played at Los Angeles Valley College, and I think that's over somewhere in the valley, correct?
Yes, the kids, that's going to be neat. It's a little bit of a college atmosphere. It's a nice field that we'll be playing on, and they draw well, and hopefully we'll draw well. It should be a really good high school football game.
Yeah,
kids should enjoy the surroundings,
Absolutely. Yeah, our team, our fans always travel well, so no doubt that we're going to have a wonderful representation from parents and Pali football supporters from all walks of life. And then our last 2 away games, University and Fairfax. And so, we'll just see. I think in the Western League, some of our big games are against Fairfax, and of course Venice.
Yes.
Everyone else, we've pretty much had a pretty, I don't want to say easy time, but
exactly.
We've won for the past few seasons against University, Westchester, and Hamilton. So that's kind of what our schedule looks like. And you can go over to our website, palifootball.org, and I believe you can download either this particular calendar right here, or there might be like a regular Word or a Word document as well that you can download. But so that's our schedule. Looking forward to playing 10 wonderful games, including the scrimmage against Birmingham High School. So let's go ahead and hop into some of the questions, Coach. And I think the first question I want to get into tonight is this one right here, and it's coming up. So the question is, what will you do to create a winning attitude or culture with the football team at Pali?
Well, I think, coming off the last couple of years right there, we've pretty much established ourselves as a good football program. I believe the year before, we were 9-3 or somewhere in there, and this last year we're 11-1, and we've got that mentality. I have to give Coach Hyde a lot of credit. When he came in here, he kind of turned this program around a little bit, and I think we're kind of, when I came up here, that's his whole idea was I want to change the venue here, and I want to create a really good program. And I've been up here now 7 years, and through that time period, I think Tim did a great job of creating that climate. It's a climate, a winning climate, and it's hard to establish. And so I think we've done that. I think the culture should be there. I think we'll just keep on carrying on what we've been doing, change a couple of things here and there. But I think we're established as a school that you have to respect. And I think the kids know that they've got to play hard every down, or else they're not going to play. And I think that's just the culture that's been established. And all the coaches and Tim, and we've all been working hard. We talk about that a great deal, is the culture. You've got to have a winning culture, and we've been doing that, and I think that'll carry over. I think the kids like being where they're at and doing what they do. Absolutely. I think they enjoy it, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. And just for those of you who are new to the Pali football, maybe you're an 8th grade parent coming in, or you're a freshman right now. Well, he keeps saying Hyde. Now we're talking to Chris Hyduke, but the former head coach is Tim Hyde, who actually was going to coach until something happened. He moved to the East Coast, and he couldn't make it back out here. And so last year, Coach Chris Hyduke took over as interim coach. And so it sounds like, Coach Hyduke, that Coach Hyde is still kind of maybe influential or involved with the program from afar.
Oh, he is. We talk almost every morning. We talked about beefing up the schedule, and we did beef it up. We think it's going to be better. With San Fernando, we didn't think they were going to be like they were, but they got hit hard with their coaches leaving. We know how that works. Yeah, so I talk to him all the time, and he played for me. I know it's a long story. We've been through it, but for those who don't know, he played for me in high school, and I gave him his first job. And so, we're involved. He's involved. He wished he could have stayed. I'm going to tell you that right now. He loved Pali. He wanted to stay there for 20 years, he told me, but it just didn't work out.
Absolutely.
And he really loved that place, and he really did a great job getting it going. We got to keep it going is what we need to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm sure with your mindset and just your background, we're going to continue with the Pali tradition. So let's go ahead and, we got another question for you, Coach Heidi.
Okay.
And here it is. We're going to throw it at you real quick. Question number 2. You're talking about coaching and Coach Hyduke. Coach Hyde. Tell us who will be joining your staff next year.
Well, right now, we have Jeremy will be back.
Okay.
Jeremy Reed will be back. Johnny will be back, and Garcia, but he's going to be more on the offensive side of the ball, which he worked on last year a lot. We're hoping that Lee Henry will be back with us. We're having to work some of those. He's got some things, and I want to pass that on to you later. I think maybe you got the message from Xavier that what we told. Okay, we're hoping he'll return as our DB and wide receiver coach. I'd like him to get involved with wide receivers this year a little bit more.
Okay.
And we have another guy going to join us. I'm going to be interviewing him on Tuesday at 2:00, who coached with me at South Torrance. He played at New Mexico State.
Okay.
And he's a wide receiver and kind of a linebacker coach, DB coach, all mixed in one. But he's been at West Torrance now for the last, I think, 5 years. Okay. And he wanted to change, and he had coached with me and Garcia before. So, hopefully we're going to get him aboard. He's a really good coach. I mean, this guy's a quality guy.
Okay.
And on the offensive side of the ball, we're trying to find guys. That's going to be the key. I've hit the campaign. I've sent out coaches wanted, and we're going to see what happens. But if we have to, we have enough guys that we can do the whole thing ourselves. Okay. If we need to, because Ray's leaving. I think you know that, right?
Oh. Wow.
Yes. Yeah. He's leaving. I know it. That's what I said.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to have I forgot our D line coach is going to be. Let's see it. He's going to be our D line. We're going to bring him up. He's and he's going to work with our D line.
Okay.
And Adam's going to be Adam's a great guy, man. He's a great coach. So we're solid in that way.
Okay.
Right now, we just got to kind of fix a couple of guys on offense. We know what we want to do, but we got to look at the kids and see what we can do.
Gotcha.
We know what we could do last year. We put it together this year. Just got to figure it out. But most of the defensive guys are back. John's going to be mostly on the offensive side. And we've got this other AJ coming aboard. Then we got to find 2 more guys.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
we're working on that.
Well, it sounds like you're in full effect. You're trying to build out your staff so that you can continue. Just like last season. Last season I don't think was a fluke. I think we had the right people in place to do what we did, and we had some awesome players too. And so just that mixture of coaching staff and players really going all in and playing their hardest, not only for themselves but for their team, then I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay, and I just can't wait to see the whole coaching staff, and I know it's gonna fly. It's gonna fly next fall. I mean, those 10 games are gonna go so quick.
They do.
Head spin, and so, but preparation begins now. Just like many of the pros and colleges, they're in their spring ball, and I think that's going to bring us up into our next question real quick. Question number 3 is, as it comes up, what did you learn from last year's team?
I think they taught me never to underestimate certain guys or certain people. Some guys that I never thought would see the field came and played and were excellent, because we were kind of going, well, who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? Our defensive line was like, we had a little nose who probably weighed maybe 200 pounds. And he's all city.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And a lot of guys were saying, oh, he can't, he's too small. And they were, questioning him. But the kid had a motor.
Yeah.
And our D line was probably on an average maybe 200 pounds, and they just were wonderful, just wonderful group of kids. And I heard a lot of the naysayers were saying, you're going to get killed with those 3 little guys up front. And no, we didn't. We just did wonderful things with those kids. And I think that's it, and I always did believe that. And again, they reaffirmed me that you can't always judge a book by its cover. It's what they got in the heart that
Absolutely.
really makes things happen.
Absolutely. No, and I'm gonna go ahead and call out number 32, Josiah Christopher, because that dude, he like I said, he's probably like 5'8", 5'7", maybe not even that. But he was just a dog. He was just a beast, and he was relentless. He didn't give up. And so if the team will bring that kind of mindset every game, playing like him, and never say never, and just outweighing the naysayers, then the squad, the group of boys are going to have a wonderful, awesome season. So
I think so.
Shout out to Josiah Christopher.
When I was talking with the Venice coach and the other coaches, we had a Zoom meeting for all league. And I won't use the words that the Venice coach and the Fairfax coaches used about him, but they just thought that he was just unbelievable nose, the best around, and a great motor. And then you tie him into Trinity, another kid, maybe 200 pounds with a great motor. And those 2 kids, if we can get our kids to play with that intensity, and I think we can, because we got some great kids coming back, and they've seen it. They've been involved in it. I think we'll be fine. I really do. If we have that motor, and that's the first thing we're going to start preaching is the culture and the motor. We got to have that same motor.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what, Coach, let me just stop and pause right here. If you happen to be watching, you can go ahead and drop some comments in. We're live. Actually, we're streaming to 3 different platforms. We're live on Twitter. I'm looking at my Twitter account. It's nice. The feed is cool. I'm on my Facebook feed. And, of course, we're on YouTube on the Pali High, This Week in Pali High football YouTube page. And so man, if you're watching, just give us a thumbs up. You can say hi. Don't be scared. Just say what's up. And also, if you happen to be watching during the replay, you can always leave a comment as well. We call that usually a hashtag replay squad. And so we welcome your comments. If you're joining us live, we're here with Coach Chris Hyduke, the varsity head coach at Palisades Charter High School. Let's go ahead and get into our next question. I believe question number 4, and I believe this one is the one that I was referring to. Yes. Okay, no. So this one is why did you, Coach, want to come back and coach football at Pali High this season?
Jim, that's a good question. When I first came up here, I was coming up to just help Tim out. I had just retired, and I had been at South Torrance for like 14, 15 years. And I got a call from Tim. He said, "Hey, you're retired now. You said if you're ever retired, to come up and help me." And so I did. I started coming up and helping him out. And, one thing led to another. And I kind of got a fond feeling for Palisades. Somehow I just it's really a nice school to be at. It's really nice where it's located. The people are very special there. It's just a great place to coach football, and it's got its own little thing going for it. And I kind of fell in love with the place, to be honest with you. It wasn't hard to do. I love the kids. The administration has been very nice to me. Everybody's treated me with respect, the kids. And I just said, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring and see if I can get the job. And because I know I can do a good service to that school and to those kids. And I really believe in giving back. Football's just been a wonderful game for me. And I love giving back. And that's why I threw my hat in the ring. I didn't know if I'd get it or not, but it happened that I did. And I'm very happy that I did get it.
That's wonderful, Coach. We're happy to have you. And you bring a wealth of knowledge and wisdom to the game, and hopefully, and I'm sure these guys will be motivated by you, but not only by you, but also by the rest of the team the rest of your coaching staff. As I'm trying to say.
Definitely.
So it's going to be a wonderful time at Pali, and yes, it's a wonderful place. And plus, I just love the location. I mean, out of all the stadiums that we've been to visiting, our stadium, it might have some special nuances, but man, you coming up to Mescal, and it's just right there in the pocket, in the cut, just, it's not too hot. You got that cool breeze coming through. It's a wonderful place to practice. And man, the stadium is cool too. We can do some upgrades, but
definitely,
but
definitely.
It's definitely one of the, as far as I'm concerned, and yes, I am biased, one of at least the top 5 places to play in the city. Okay,
Definitely. It's
10.
magical.
Top 10. Yeah, it is magical. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop on the next question, Coach. So question number 5, what are your expectations during the spring football season? Your expectations?
Well, I'm hoping that the young kids that we're going to start getting with soon, like Monday, I'm going to be up there. I hope that we can get our offense and our defenses in and know what we're running. Like I said, I'm pretty sure we can run the same defense because I've always worked that type of defense with big, small kids. But it's going to be the offense that's going to be the question mark. We lost our quarterback. One of them left, but we have another kid coming up that is a very talented young man. And I think we can find out what he can do, and then we'll look at what we have and set our perimeters and find out what we're going to be. Who is Pali going to be? What are we going to be? What are we going to do? We know on defense pretty much, Coach, but offense is the question. I'm hoping we'll settle that by the spring, when the spring's over. Know exactly who we are, and then start molding it and getting ready for the season.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, I think it's kind of unfortunate that some of the players decided to leave, but as long as I've been around Pali football, especially at QB, because that's one of the major positions on the football field. it's always been the mentality of the next guy up, right?
Yes.
I was there
Yes.
when PJ Hurst, he finished his season, and we had somebody come in, and I remember Gabe Galoff, he got injured, and Jonah Mannheim, he filled in, right? And
Yep.
so we had Daniel Hayes come in, we had Forrest Brock, right? We had Dylan
Yep.
Hasid, we had. And then last year we had, Dylan and Sammy Sylvia. So, it doesn't matter. We just need folks to come in, next man up mentality, to play quarterback, definitely running back, catching the ball, playing those lines. Somebody's going to have to step up and make some plays. And so, it's unfortunate that folks decided to leave, but we're going to do what we need to do to continue our winning culture. So,
Definitely. We'll move on. We're fine. I mean, I know it happened with Tim one year to us when we lost our guy.
yeah.
For the kids, it's kind of sad because there was no direction for a while.
Yeah.
They didn't know what was going to go on. So, I don't hold anything, We'll move on and we'll be fine. I really believe that. Like you said, next man up,
Next man up. All right, let's go ahead and hop into question number 6, Coach. Question number 6 is, what is your favorite position to coach? Now, I know that you've been coaching for a very long time. What's your favorite position to coach?
Well, James knows. I love that nose. And Hyde always said this. He goes, that's what Tim played for me. He played nose for me at Redondo, and I've always, but he always says I get the little guys to play nose. And as I look back over, I have all my guys who play nose are little quick guys, and that's the position I played. So I think playing that nose spot, where Christopher played and doing that spot, I love coaching that spot. It's a fun spot. A lot of people don't get credit. Nobody really. A lot of people who don't know the game don't know how much responsibility takes place there. But I think that's a fun place to play. You kind of get to put your ears back, and you kind of get to get after it. You're always in somewhere around the ball. It's just a fun place to coach and play. I enjoy it. That's why I always try and get guys that are really good to play that spot, because it is fun. Yeah, but that's the one I like to coach the most.
Good. When my sons first started playing at Pali, I think Sir's freshman year, I believe I saw you on coaching the linebackers, right? And my story is, we didn't stay for many of the varsity games during his freshman season. However, when we did stay and watch some of the warm-ups for the varsity team, I just remember you on the sidelines, doing the little move with the ball, right? And, just watching number 52, who was, Alec Simpson, right? And some of those guys, and so I've always seen you coach, the linebackers. I think even Johnny Garcia, he kind of weighed in on Facebook. He's watching. He said, linebacker, right? I think that's what he thinks your favorite position for him, for you to coach is linebacker. And then I think even with my youngest son, you started coaching some of the DBs a couple of years ago. And so.
Oh, yeah. I coach whatever needs to be coached, I coach, and I love it. I love them all. They're all different.
Yeah.
The positions are all different.
Yeah. I mean, and even, it's funny because even in the college realm, you'll see coaches, they'll move their position. So they might be a running backs coach or a special teams coach at one college, and then they'll move on, and then they'll coach a different kind of position, right?
Yeah.
But it's football, right? And if you can't really be married to one particular spot or position. I mean, you can be, but if you want to make yourself versatile, then you should learn more than just one, position.
If you're going to be a head coach or a good coach, you need to be able to coach everything.
Absolutely.
And I've learned that through my time of coaching, and I can coach everything. I've done it, actually. I've coached quarterbacks, running backs, DBs, linebackers. I've coached them all. And I think it just, makes you a well-rounded person because you know what's going on the field and what has to be done. Absolutely. And I enjoy it. So I don't mind, coaching anything.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
if I got to do it, I do it.
You do it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. We're almost done, Coach. This is
All right.
question number 7 right here. So let's kind of move into, talking about what's going to happen with our football team during the summer. And so the question was, 7-on-7s, are those kind of tournaments, will those happen for our football team just like they did last year? Last year we participated in Culver City. And I think El Camino Real out there in the Valley got to the championship game. So will we have these opportunities with this coming football season with this group of boys?
Yes, we will. We're going to do the El Camino, and we're going to do the Culver.
Okay.
And I've been working with Lisa. Hopefully, I wanted to get back into that SEMI tournament out there. We're going to
Yes.
kind of wait and see if we can do it. I'd like to get into that. I'd like to have 3 of them. And I'd like to have some schools. I've already talked to some Long Beach guys I know about throwing, and we'd go to their place, Long Beach Carrillo, and they'd come out to our place. And, we're trying to get to some other, one-on-ones throughout the summer, because I think being a young team, in some spots, we're going to need a lot of experience. So we are going to be on doing that and try and do more if we can get away with it, if we can do it. As many as I can get, we're going to do.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
No, that's good to hear. And just as a Pali football supporter and parent, I guess, I can really tell the difference between the two games or 2 tournaments that we participated in last year. Right, the Culver City, we did okay. There were some miscues with the QB and the receivers, right? But the second game, I mean, man, they showed up. I mean, on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. And so, you had some superstars that kind of emerged from
Yeah.
that El Camino tournament, man.
Well, you can see the learning that took place. That's, it's like a classroom from the beginning to the end, so to speak. You can see how they progressed, how they how they see the game differently. And yeah, we did a lot better as we get more practice at it. And the kids responded and did great. They had a great season, in terms of passing league. I thought they were, well prepared near the end. They didn't sneak too much stuff by us, like they did the first tournament where they had guys wide open,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no,
that's why we
definitely.
do it.
Yeah, definitely. There was a big learning curve, and they were on it by that second tournament. So I think being able to participate in 3 tournaments will do good for the boys, do good for the coaching staff. The boys get to understand the coaching styles in a game situation without having to wait until the fall, right?
Exactly.
So that's
Exactly.
that's wonderful. So good. I'm glad we're guaranteed at least 2 tournaments,
Yes.
and maybe we'll get some dates for that third one as well.
Maybe we will. I told Lisa, she knows that I'm interested in doing that, so we're going to see what happens on that. And if not, I'm going to get some. I'm going to call up. Like I said, I got some other single ones that we'll do.
Got you.
So we're going to work at it.
Sounds good. Okay, and then my final question here, Coach, and I think I know this one off the top of my head. How can the parents support you and the football team?
Well, I think you guys do it so well right now. It's hard to even think of more that you could do. You guys just do such a wonderful job. That it's hard to think of what you could actually do. I guess just being at the games and being positive and being supportive of what we're trying to do with the young men. Volunteering to help out whenever you guys need some people to help out, if they would lend a hand, because I know you guys could need help a lot. You could take help. Somebody volunteer.
Well, you know what, Coach? I wasn't even necessarily talking about the Pali QB Club. I was just talking about just some of the parents in general. But yeah, definitely. I mean, because we're going to need parents, especially at the home games. I'm looking at. We're going to need folks to man the chains, folks to man the merchandise table, folks to help out with concessions, both the home concession stand at the Stadium by the Sea and the away. The visitor side, I should say. And so, it's definitely going to be a team effort, just like you and the boys creating that team culture. We're definitely going to need that team support from the parents as well to come out and, help sell stuff to buy ads, sell ads, and all that kind of good stuff as the the season rolls along. And yeah, I know it's been talked about. Are you guys are asking? Are you guys asking for money? Well, let me just say this: if you're a parent new to the program, the Pali QB Club is the fundraising arm of our football team, or for our football team, and so the schools helps. They might supply a little bit of funding, but a lot of the things that we do, our football team has it's because of the Pali QB Club, and so
Definitely.
A lot of teams ask for donations, or and it's much more than what we ask our families to donate. And so there's going to be a host of fundraisers that we will have to help raise funds for our football team, whether it be tape, whether it be helmets, shoulder pads, and things of that nature. There's some things that families are going to need to buy themselves. Like, we're not going to supply cleats for you. The boys buy their own cleats, but there's some things that I see that I'm frozen. Hold on, let me fix that. There's going to be some things that that the football team will supply, and so that's what the Pali QB Club is all about, and so that's what Coach was referring to when he said you guys, and you guys being the Pali QB Club, because that's the fundraising arm of the football team. We just want you guys to go out and play football. There's so many teams out there who the coaches have to raise money, and the coaches have to worry about that as well, as developing plays and making sure their guys are doing what they need to do on the field. So
I got a good story for you on
go
that.
ahead, go for it.
There was a good coach when I was at South Torrance. We played St. Bernard's. You've heard of St. Bernard's.
Oh yeah.
They wanted him. He went 10-0 that year, and we played him in the first round of the CIF playoffs and beat him. Okay. But they wanted him and his coaching staff to raise all the money to pay their salary, their own salary.
Wow.
Same. He resigned and left. Now they lost a really good coach. He was 10-0. He ended up 10-1, but they expected him to coach and then raise the money for the coaches. It's kind of hard to do that, and you people do a great job. And back to that other thing, if the parents will support us, the coaches, and what we're doing, meaning get the young men there on time, understand what we have to do. If you have any questions, call, talk to me. I'll be happy to sit down if there's any problems that you have. I got an open door policy. So the communication and those types of things that I'd like to have with parents, like I said, I have an open door. So, for you to help me, I can help you.
Absolutely.
And if you have any questions, that they want answered, I'll be happy to do that.
Absolutely. No, that's good to know, Coach. Because a lot of times, some coaches, don't necessarily want to deal with the parents, and parents get upset sometimes because their little Ryan or Johnny isn't playing. And basically, your job is to filter out and filter out the best players for the team. And so sometimes, little Johnny or little Ryan might not get a chance to play. It doesn't mean that he's not any good, but there might be somebody who's a little bit better than he is.
Definitely.
And by little Johnny or Ryan being on the team, that's also helping the team, because the starters can't scrimmage just each other. They have to go with some guys who are the practice squad, right? You got to have some guys to run against during practice, and so that's what it's all about. So even though someone might not be playing in the main game, but they're playing and getting reps during practice, and that's also helping the starters do what they need to do so the whole team
by all means
can get the shine on Friday night.
We were very fortunate this year to be able to play everybody almost, because it's one of those years where, we were able to do that, and we will play kids whenever we can. That's my policy, and the coaches know that. I play kids. If I can get them in the game, I'm getting in the game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, and even sometimes you'll have players like Corey last year. who was the center, he got in at running back and had ran the ball a couple of times. And so you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, those are fun times, and that's something that guy is going to remember for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Those
That was a funny moment. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Well, Coach, it's been a blast talking to you, and I just have to shout out to your wife. I appreciate her. I know she's listening right there, keeping both of us on track with making sure the questions were numbered correctly pre-broadcast. So just a shout out to her. Now, let me ask you a question, man. How does your wife feel about you coming back to coach this year?
Well, I tell you, she's my best supporter. When I talked about should I or shouldn't I, she said, "You got so much to offer. You need to serve us. You need to help. You need to go do it. I know a lot about the game, and I need to share it. I need to teach it. Absolutely. And with sitting around the house, that doesn't get it done. So she really kind of supported me and pushed me in that direction. To be honest with you."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, hats off to Miss Hyduke. Miss Sue.
She just did this to you.
Absolutely. Man, no, she's just always, at all the games, just sitting in her lawn chair, just doing what she does, supporting Pali football. And not only
what she does.
Pali football, but she's supporting you most importantly. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, I appreciate you hopping on, man. Thank you so very much, and we'll talk soon.
Okay.
And any last words you want to say? I'll give you the mic. Any final words?
I just want to thank everybody, for the opportunity, and it's really nice to be back at Pali, and I'm really looking forward to having a good season and working with all the kids and the people. It's a blessing. I love the school. I love the program. I'm going to try and make it better, and with your guys' help, I know we can do it. It's going to be hard to make it better, but we're going to try.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. I'm sure you'll see my boy out there, as well as everyone else's son out there on the field getting ready as you guys prepare for spring ball. So again,
we're going to start seeing them on Monday.
Absolutely. I thank you for hopping on, man, and
all right.
Much love to you and your family. Appreciate you, Coach.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Yourself.
Not a problem. All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
That was the man, the myth, the legend, Coach Chris Hyduke, Pali football varsity head coach. And so just appreciate him, again, hopping on and just chopping it up about Pali football and some of the expectations, why he decided to come back and coach this year. And, it's great. It's great to have him back, and I look forward to hanging out with him on the football field, but not only him, the rest of the coaching staff as he builds that out, going into spring ball and to summer and into my final football season as a Pali football parent. So thank you again, Coach Hyduke. All right, guys. So just want to give a shout out to everyone who's watching or who will watch. If you're happen again to watch the replay, hashtag replay squad. You can drop a couple of comments and we'll definitely read them. Okay. And if you have a chance, do us a favor. Go ahead and if you're watching on our YouTube page, go ahead and give us a like, leave a comment, and you can happen to subscribe to our YouTube page and click that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime we drop any content, and you can kind of check us out. All right. So whether you're watching on Twitter, whether you're watching on my Facebook page or our YouTube page, you guys take care, and I will see you in the next video. Go Pali. Peace out.
Hey, win on me, win on three, ready, 1, 2, 3.
Win!
Yeah!
Stop playing with a beat! 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 Stop playing with a beat!